Who is this man on chess.com? He's been telling me I've been blundering and making inaccuracies. He is David, my chess.com dad. And in this game, he told me I've got a great checkmate attack, and I won. And look at this. I even have 4 brilliant moves. I know it's a little hard to see, so I circled it right there. There's the last 2. And the first 2 is pretty visible. And in this game, look at this. I have 4 brilliant moves, couple of misses, couple of mistakes, and look, and at the very end, there is no endgame because I decimated my opponent. And I'm going to show you how I got 4 brilliant sacrifices. So this is the game. First, we have the Slav defense here. And of course, my chess.com dad approves of this because this is the book moves. And now we have knight c3, knight f6. And now the bishop develops here. And here, I could capture this pawn here. But instead, I choose to play the move bishop to f5. And I didn't want to capture this pawn because I want to just play a solid game. I know there's so much theory behind the Slav defense, and I actually don't know capturing the pawn on c4 is the kind of game that I want to play this game, so I just played that instead. And now I play the move e6, another book move, knight f3. So we're just both developing the pieces, and we also play the move h3, h6, very typical, not letting the bishops pin here. And now we have bishop to d3. The bishop wants to trade here. I don't mind if I capture back. I'm going to get good control of this e4 square. And that's why I captured the c4 pawn now. After the bishop takes, I castle. And you permitted the opponent to kick the bishop. And do you know what my chess.com dad is suggesting at the moment? He's suggesting the move g4. And you feel like there's going to be a super crazy opponent that's going to play this move? This is not an inaccuracy. I think castling's fine. I don't think my opponent's going to play that move. So here, my opponent castles too. And now I just develop my knight. And now look at the queen. The queen is targeting my b7 pawn here. So I defend it by blocking it with the knight and offering it for and trying to attack this bishop here on a c4. The bishop goes back, and now I'm attacking this bishop here. And now that bishop goes back to g3. And now I play the move bishop to g6. I know my chess dad doesn't like this move. It's a slight inaccuracy. But my idea, here's my justification for why I play that move. Because if this knight comes to... I don't have any pieces covering the square. But if it does, then I have this move f6. I had it before. But the reason why I played this is now I have to move f5. My idea is f5 and go to f4. And then I want to try to just have lots of pressure on that square with my knight and with my rook there. And that's my justification for that move. White decides to play the move a4, trying to kick out my knight. And then after they kick out my knight, they're going to take this b7 pawn. I don't want to allow that, so I play the move a5. Okay, so my chess.com dad agrees with that. And now, after takes and takes, here there are 2 options I was thinking about. I can capture with this e-pawn, or I can capture with the c-pawn. And I felt like if I captured with the e-pawn, then the rooks would come in, they would have this open file, and it would be covered by the bishop. And I don't want that infiltration to happen, so I just capture with the d-pawn instead. Sorry, e-pawn, e takes d4, d5. Now the knight comes in, and now I play the move bishop b4. One thing that I was really concerned about was this knight. This knight is pretty much pinned because to this pawn is blocking the access, and now with this bishop blocking it, the knight can now move freely. And this is what the continuation is from the chess.com dad, is that after taking the bishop here on g3, g6, they want to push and get this position where it's clamped down, and I'm just have less space, and I'm losing there. So I'm glad that my opponent didn't play that. Well, what they did play though is they took my bishop here. I have to take back and play this move rook to c1, which is an inaccuracy because this file, there's nothing happening on this file. And now knight to d7. And now we have to move queen to d3. Attacking this pawn. I defended this with the rook, but my chess.com dad says that this is, you missed an opportunity to move a piece to safety. You permitted the opponent to take an outpost with the bishop. Yeah, so I guess they're suggesting this move, bishop e5. But why is this so bad? Because I don't understand. I just trade my knight for this bishop, and I guess I have to go back, and they have to move f4, I guess. Yeah, so I guess that's the move that they're suggesting. But let's continue on. Now we have to move bishop f3. Now I plan to move queen to f8. And just one thing is that no one wants to trade their bishop for the knight here, unless if you're really good at the game. Now my opponent plays the move e4. I take, and bishops are so strong in this position against my knight. They're so dominant. This bishop is gonna like have so many. First of all, it's targeting this g6 pawn, so I have to just like defend it or just move it. And they have so much control of this light squares. And look at this. This dark square bishop has so much control of my queen side here. Absolutely crazy. So white decides to play the move d5, and now I play the move c5. And the reason why I played c5 here, I know my chess.com dad thinks this is a mistake, but I think strategically, I think this is fine. Because if I took here, then this bishop would open up, this bishop would be incredible, the rooks would be coming in, and I would be getting absolutely destroyed. So that's why I played the move c5 here. Now, after queen to b5 here, it's attacking my knight, it's attacking my pawn on b7, and I don't, my queen side is getting absolutely demolished. That's why this was a mistake. But now I have this move, rook to c8, e8, and asking, if you want to take my knight, I'll take it for the bishop, and the position is going to open up, and I would love to trade. White declines this, which was a great move. I just got my knight out of safety now, because now that bishop's defended, now to move that knight. The bishop goes there, and now I protected my pawn chain here. This is a very solid position here. I have a very solid setup, and it's hard for white to do anything here. Now white plays the move rook d1, and they just want to push this pawn here. And after knight f7, I'm guarding the square 3 times. I really don't want that pawn to be pushed. And after the move rook a to c1, what are they doing here? Even my chess.com dad says that this is a mistake. And here, this is where I found my first sacrifice, and I played rook takes c4, and so I just took the bishop here. And what's the idea? Well, first off, you have to take it, because if you don't take, I'm just up the bishop and you're losing. So they took, but you can't play that move without finding this next move, which is rook takes f2. And the idea is, if you take, then you're getting, I'm checking you with the queen, and the queen is going to be taken. So they didn't do that. They just played queen takes b6. They just took the pawn, and now I put my knight on d6. I'm not going for this pawn specifically. I just want to protect my rook here. And after the move e5, now I play the move knight e4. And this is just a miss. It's not a mistake. It's just a miss. I just missed some stuff there. But here in this position, my white plays the move d6, and they really want to go for the pawn. And this is a blunder. And I have this allows the opponent to force eventual checkmate. And can you guess what I played in this position? It's the move rook takes g2. And the idea is, if you take, I'm coming with the queen with a checkmate. And so the king slides over. But now this is where I play my second rook sacrifice. You have to take this rook. If you go back, it's checkmate. But it doesn't matter. If you take, it's also, I have queen to f2 anyways. You have to go back. It's the only move. And then knight to g3 is checkmate. And that's how I made my chess.com dad proud, and he even congratulated me with the win.